the bank with me, Audrey?
Oh, no, thank you. I want to look at some clothes.
Brought enough clothes home from Europe to sink the boat.
I said look, not buy. See you at Jared.
Excuse me. I was just about to try that on. What do you think?
I think it's very becoming, but I think it could be straightened a little.
Well, maybe you could use some straightening yourself.
You did ask me.
I wasn't talking about the hat. I was talking about you and Heath.
Well, what about us? Who are you?
I happen to be a very close acquaintance of his, if you want to know.
I gather you have a romantic interest in him, Miss
Shanks. And you gather rightly. Now, look, I don't aim to get ugly about this. It's just that, well, we have an understanding, that's all.
I see. Well, you certainly don't have to worry about me, Miss Shanks. I could never be a rival of yours.
Glad to hear it. Besides, Heath and I, we plan to see a lot more of each other. So if you'll just excuse me, I have some things to buy.
Then she said, you'd better keep away from him or you'll be sorry.
Well, you should have told her that you were his sister.
Audrey, you could have been shot stone cold dead.
I didn't think of that.
Well, you know what they say. Hell hath no fury like a...
Well, for a minute there, I thought I forgot to put my pants on. Morning.
Morning.
Say, Nick, I won't be able to check out that will this afternoon.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Mother.
Good morning, Heath.
Morning.
Well, I know it's very early in the morning, but I detect something's going on. What is it?
Nothing, really. I was just about to tell Heath I met a friend of his yesterday in town, a Miss Shanks. She seems to think quite a lot of him.
Was that right? Pass the sugar.
Right in front of you.
Oh, more than that. She just about challenged Audrey here to a duel.
I understand Audrey wouldn't stand a chance. She draws like a hired gun.
Well, she sounds like a fascinating creature. I'd like to meet her.
Oh, we'd all like to meet her.
Meantime, why don't we let Heath have his breakfast in peace?
Yes, we ought to let him have a peaceful breakfast. Because he's probably in for an exciting afternoon.
Of course, it'll be a lot of work, but there's water here, and that's the main thing.
Water, that's the main thing.
How many head of cattle your brother figured on running?
Well, I don't know for sure. You like this place, Heath?
Well, who wouldn't? It's some of the best land in the valley.
Do you ever think about settling down? Having a place of your own?
Oh, I've got my own place.
You do?
My family and I, we run a few head.
Family. That ain't the same as having a place of your own. You know, like a man and a woman having theirs. Do you ever think about that?
Well, it passes through my head every once in a while.
Funny. I never thought about such a thing in my whole life before.
Yeah, well, guess we better be getting back, huh?
I sure do like you, Heath.
Thank you, Dilly. I like you.
Well, that ain't what I mean. What I mean is, well, I guess I mean I love you.
Love me? We just met.
Well, if you're surprised, it ain't nothing compared to what I am. Why, if somebody told me I'd be feeling this way, but I do. Do you love me, Heath? Just a little bit? Well, you don't have to answer that. Not yet. All I know is that I love you, that I want you, and that I'm gonna have you. Hey, that wasn't so bad, was it?
No, Dilly, that was nice.
Well, now you understand how things are.
I don't think you understand. When I love a woman, it's got to be in my own time.
Why, sure, Heath. Take your time. Take all the time you want.
And it's got to be in my own way. And she's just got to let it happen. And I've got to do all the courting.
Sure, Heath. You can't help the way you feel, neither. I understand.
Let's get back.
Where'd you swipe that thing?
I didn't swipe it, I bought it. Hey, get your hands off that. I don't want you to mark the trim.
What'd you go spend all our money for? You don't need a saddle like that. Besides, it's kind of big for you, ain't it?
Quit your bleating. It ain't for me.
Well, who's it for, then?
A personal friend of mine. Not that it's any of your howdy-do. Hey, just what I've been aiming to do. Take a bath.
Well, now, wait a minute. It's my turn now.
After me.
You figuring on giving this saddle to that big cowboy you've been seeing? You must be pretty sweet on him. You know he was one of them passengers on the stage, don't you?
I was wondering where I've seen him before. Now, as to whether I am sweet on him or not, what if I am?
Oh, well, no one's saying that you can't have your fun, Dilly. You done it before. It's just that you start getting serious, and that's trouble. That's nothing but trouble. You gotta remember that we got that bank waiting for us, and then we're on our way.
Well, I guess this is as good a time as any to tell you. I'm staying in Stockton.
Well, what kind of talk is that?
Dilly, what are you going to do in Stockton over by yourself?
Well, that's just plain dumb.
It ain't so dumb to own your own ranch. There's a place around here I can get reasonable. Besides, I'm getting married.
That is nice. That's nice. That's real pretty. But where you gonna get the money for this ranch?
For my share of the bank on Friday. That's still on. I'm going with you. It's just going to be my last time, that's all. Then you boys are going to be out on your own.
Let's us get out of here and give her a little privacy.
Grady, what we gonna do without Dilly? And you know she's the one does all the figuring.
Maybe she'll let me come stay with her when she gets married.
She ain't getting married.
Well, Grady, you heard what she said.
I said she ain't getting married. We're gonna make sure that that cowboy don't marry nobody's sister.
Oh, that's beautiful, Heath.
Yes, it is.
A gift from someone?
How'd you know?
Because I know you, and that's not the kind of a saddle you'd buy for yourself. From Dilly?
Yep.
Well, she must think an awful lot of you.
I guess so.
And you, Heath?
She's not like any girl I ever met, Mother. She's one of a kind.
I've heard stories.
Well, they're true. She's as ladylike as a rebel yell. She gambles, she chases a man instead of the other way around. She says exactly what she feels. I guess you might say she's like a little girl. Just plumb full of surprises. You never know what she's going to do next. But when I'm with her, I don't know, I feel like smiling all the time.
But you're returning the saddle?
Well, it's the third time today I've loaded it up. I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I can't accept this.
Otherwise, she'll think you feel something you really don't.
That's exactly it, Mother. And whatever it is I feel, I don't think it's love.
Then she has a right to know that, if you're sure.
I'm sure.
Is this the Heath Barkley Ranch?
This is the Barkley Ranch, miss.
All of it?
From the gate.
The one back yonder about 5 miles?
That's the one.
Oh, wait.
Mrs. Barkley, this young lady's looking for Mr. Heath.
He left for town.
Oh. Oh, well, that's all right. I was just out riding, and I thought I'd drop by. But it's okay, because he's going to be taking me out to dinner tonight.
You must be Miss Shanks.
Dilly.
Please, come in and have some coffee with me.
Oh, all right.
Silas.
He must have told you about me.
A little.
Well, he ain't exactly talkative. Not like I am. I think maybe that's one of the reasons I feel about him the way I do. Anyway, I could never get along with anybody like me.
You're in love with Heath, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. And that's coming straight out with him. And I'll tell you something else. He loves me, too. And one of these days, we aim to be married.
Oh?
Well, and I hope you ain't gonna talk against it.
No, I'd be happy to welcome any girl of Heath's choice. It's just that I feel...
Well, maybe you don't think I'm good enough for a place like this. Well, let me tell you, my daddy was in the cotton business down south, and we had a house big as this, even bigger.
Well, it's not a question of a house or how big it is. I'm talking about Heath's feelings for you. You see, Dilly, when you love somebody and you want a future with them, it's very easy to misunderstand. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're talking about. I ain't that green. You just don't take to me. Well, that's plain. But it ain't gonna stop us.
No, Dilly, no, you're mistaken.
You pick a fight with me, Mrs. Barkley, and you're gonna lose. And maybe even get hurt in the bargain.